Hey everyone, with so many cars out on the road today, it can be kind of tough to choose your favorite. What's hot today is old news by tomorrow, as car manufacturers both old and new work tirelessly to design the coolest future cars. From high-performance SUVs, electric vehicles that can travel for hundreds of miles on just one charge, and even vehicles that look better suited for Martian terrain, there are so many amazing concepts out there. So for today's video, I'm gonna count down the top 15 most amazing future concept cars. Number 15. The Audi i-Trail Quattro. Nothing really could prepare you for this concept car on our list. The Audi i-Trail Quattro definitely has what it takes to become the best off-road vehicle on the market when it officially drops. And while it may not look like your typical ATV or rugged off-roader of the day, it takes direct inspiration from none other than NASA's lunar rover. Audi went for a sleek monobox volume and all-glass design to give passengers a full 360-degree view of the terrain around them and let them truly enjoy the great outdoors. But while this vehicle is uber futuristic, it still goes for a more grounded approach, offering a modern dashboard with all of the typical bells and whistles that we see these days, so drivers can keep their eyes on the bumpy roads at all times. Sometimes when it comes to design, the smallest details make the biggest difference. But what sets this thing apart from anything else on four wheels are the 5 drones it comes with. They work to scout the trail ahead as well as light the trails at night, meaning the i-Trail Quattro is completely headlight-free. And the best part about this crazy concept vehicle, the rear seats are designed as hammocks, so you'll be ready to chill with your feet up at a moment's notice. This car's gonna make a nature lover out of even the toughest of city slickers. Number 14. RollsRoyce Vision Next 100. Who does it better than Rolls-Royce? It may not be the prettiest concept in the world, but it's the Rolls-Royce Vision Next 100 and it's a total standout. This thing is proof that Rolls-Royce is looking to join the race to see who will make the best electric vehicles while still maintaining their classic look. The manufacturer has always been about luxury and riding in style, so why would this thing be any different? This car is fully electric and it's going to put all private drivers of the rich and famous out of business because it's fully autonomous too. Your new electric chauffeur is named Eleanor and is set to cater to every need of the passenger. The longer she's in your employ, the more she's going to learn about you. She can remember all your favorite restaurants and nightclubs, your favorite routes, your taste in music, and hopefully a lot more. She can maybe even ask you how your day went when she picks you up from work. But the car itself is a good 20 feet long and just under 6 feet tall, so quite literally it stands above the rest and will have anyone lucky enough to go for a ride feeling larger than life. Number 13. DS-X E-Tense. This concept car known as the DS-X E-Tense is probably the most out-of-this-world vehicle we've seen today, but rest assured that the folks at DS are working tirelessly to make their dream a reality. French automaker DS is known for making some of the wildest luxury cars on the market, so this concept is really no surprise. The biggest thing here undoubtedly is the car's look, opting for a 3-seat layout as opposed to your average 2 or 4. And then going for a half hardtop, half convertible look. The driver's seat's completely exposed while the passengers remain enclosed with a roof over their heads. So even if you're with friends, you can feel like you're cruising down the streets all your own with the wind in your hair. And keeping with the theme of separation, the DS-X E-Tense has 2 separate engines to be used on different occasions. This concept comes with 2 modes, one meant for your daily commute, driving to the grocery store and picking up the kids, while the other's meant for the racetrack. That's right, this concept vehicle doubles as a race car and is the perfect model for any wealthy suburbanite leading a fast-paced double life. Like so many other vehicles, the E-Tense is built with fully autonomous driving, so if you choose, it has an awesome power rating of over 1,300 horsepower. Number 12. Mercedes-Benz F015. The slogan for the Mercedes-Benz F015 may be luxury in motion, but there's no denying that this expensive silver monolith is one strange-looking vehicle. Fully autonomous, it opts for a limousine-style layout on the inside, with the passenger seats facing inward, saloon-style doors, and no driver. The doors will also have 6 inbuilt display screens that let everyone inside interact with the car itself, not only with the high-resolution touchscreens, but with eye tracking as well. It may be a bit too 1984 for some, but be prepared to see the upper echelon of society parading around between galas and lavish dinner parties in here. And the best part for them is that the windows are all tinted silver to match that slick paint job, meaning you'll never know who's inside. It could be 2 of Hollywood's hottest new couples on a double date, or it could be a solo passenger looking for a little luxurious me time. While this Mercedes-Benz is still in conceptual phase, there's no denying that it's probably going to make cyberpunk-style cars a reality. Number 11. Cadillac Inner Space. Unless you're an astronaut or an eccentric billionaire, then chances are you're never gonna get to space. But the Cadillac Inner Space is an awesome concept car that may still provide drivers with that space-age feel while still down here on Earth. The Cadillac Inner Space is a two-door, two-passenger electric autonomous luxury vehicle concept. It features a dramatic exterior design and is packed full of technologies that enhance passenger experience and comfort while delivering a self-driven ride. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. By getting rid of the need for a human driver, the Cadillac Inner Space concept vehicle allows its lucky two passengers to enjoy increased personal time and the ability to simply enjoy the journey instead of focusing on driving. But now that the driver isn't focusing on the road, Cadillac needs to give them something really great to nab up their attention for those long journeys. The Inner Space's futuristic exterior design features a low-slung two-door coupe body style with a sports car-like body. Its panoramic glass roofs extend down to the sides of the vehicle, allowing for an unimpeded view of the world outside. The roof lifts upwards as the doors swing outward to allow for maximum ease of entering and exiting the vehicle. Its body lines are streamlined and sleek, presumably to maximize the aerodynamic effect and reduce the amount of power drawn from the batteries at full speed. This is further emphasized by its bullet-like shape, which appears to be able to slice through the air while minimizing drag for a comfortable yet quiet ride. The interiors are even more magical. The Inner Space features an extensive array of cutting-edge technology to support not only its autonomous driving functionality, but to maximize passenger comfort and entertainment, as well as battery power output. AI-driven biometric input and interfaces accessible via the large immersive panoramic SMD LED, mounted where the windshield would be in a traditional vehicle. It gives the passengers opportunity to choose between augmented reality engagement entertainment or wellness recovery themes for their journey, depending on their preference at the time. All of this sounds absolutely amazing, but it does raise the question, do we really have the technology for something this extravagant? I guess only time will tell. Number 10. Renault Tresor. Successfully marrying the cars of yesteryear with the driving technology of tomorrow, the Renault Tresor is one of the more impressive future concept cars of the last few years. Making its debut at the Paris Auto Show in 2016, the Tresor stands above the crowd with its classic GT shape with a pushed-back cabin, a long hood, large wheels, and a massive width. The car is also incredibly low to the ground for how large it is. The most interesting part about it, though, has to be the way the cabin is accessed. Instead of using regular doors, Renault used a single-piece roof that lifts to allow the passengers to board the car. Dramatic? Maybe. Awesome? Yeah, definitely. The roof also includes the hood and windshield, which is a massive curved red glass piece that wraps around the entire cabin, kind of taking a cue from the X-Men Cyclops. This clamshell design has been used from the past on some concepts, but it's yet to be the most impressive implementation I've seen yet. Where the front engine would be, there are cooling radiators and a massive space for the dedicated luggage. The Renault Tresor is powered by a fully electric powertrain. There's a rear-mounted electric motor that powers just the rear wheels, and this can offer up to 349 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. Renault says that the Tresor will do 0 to 62 miles an hour from a standing start in just 4 seconds, while the top speed is likely somewhere closer to 120 or 140 miles an hour. The Formula E engine can also offer a tremendous amount of regenerative energy, which should allow the Tresor to have a long range. Even though this is nothing more than just a concept at this point, the actual powertrain might be quite easy to adapt into production. So, will we ever see a Renault Tresor racing down the street? Only time will tell. Number 9. Genesis Essentia. The next future car concept to make today's lists marks the dawn of something new. Genesis, the luxury arm of Hyundai, announced in 2018 just before the International Auto Show that they were working on a concept car, the Essentia. An all-electric concept car, it was designed by Luc Dunkevolk, the team lead of Genesis Design and formerly a chief of Volkswagen, responsible for masterminding the Lamborghini Murcielago and Gallardo. Everything about the car was created to bring the owner closer to luxury and the world around it. Where to even begin with this thing? Well, the carbon fiber body is laced with a gray metallic and slightly extended cabin. The front of the car has that newly introduced Genesis Crest grille that perfectly defines aerodynamics and efficiency. On both sides, the profile of the Essentia is an iconic parabolic line that further gives credence to the visual structure of the body and amplifies its overall length. The sides also incorporate functional air vents mounted behind the front wheels to reduce general aerodynamic drag by lifting pressure inside the wheel wells. Head on inside using the butterfly doors and you'll find an 8-inch widescreen display behind the steering wheel that contains necessary widgets, bells, and whistles to aid driving. Just don't get too distracted while on the road. Sadly, because it is a concept car, not much is known about the engine, but in this day and age, it's safe to assume the Essentia will be electric. Number 8. Toyota LQ. Alright, now it's time to get a little funky with this next one. Toyota has hopped into the electric vehicle train and is really hoping to become a major player with their Toyota LQ. And specs aside, the LQ is a real head-turner right off the bat. Looking like it just rolled off a science fiction film set, the Toyota LQ goes for a rather unorthodox closed front grille, sloping roofline, doors made from mostly glass, and the DMD headlights so they don't blind any oncoming traffic. It is safe to say that this is one wild one. The folks at Toyota have stated that the idea behind this concept is to renew and strengthen the relationship between drivers and their EVs. It is an interesting notion, and perhaps the LQ really is the car to achieve that. I guess there's only one way to find out. Their LQ model is equipped with Level 4 autonomy, which we're seeing become more and more common with this ultra-futuristic vehicle. And it's even supposedly designed to interact with the driver's emotions. So if you're having a day, the Toyota LQ just might be the one to cheer you up during your drive home. Or perhaps if it senses you're feeling blue, it will take you on an impromptu surprise vacation. Only time will tell, I guess. But the car's AI is even given a name, Yui, and she offers a more personalized driving experience than any other vehicle before her. And who knows, maybe one day Yui will come to know you better than you know yourself. Number 7. Lamborghini Terrazo Millennial. Alright, it's finally happening. Lamborghini is going electric. Good, bad, who knows. The Terrazo Millennial concept car was unveiled in 2017 with an awesome futuristic exterior design with a unique all-electric powertrain thanks to their partnering with MIT professors. Instead of the usual lithium-ion batteries, Lamborghini opted to equip their Terrazo Millennial concept with supercapacitors seen in their V12-powered Aventador. The folks at Lamborghini have gone on the record in multiple press releases stating that they want the future of energy storage systems to deliver high-peak power and regenerate kinetic energy with minimal influence from aging and cycling during the vehicle's life. Go fast, go far, and go long, I guess. And if it all sounds too good to be true, think again, because this concept technology made its way into the limited production Lamborghini Sian FKP37 in 2019, powered by a hybrid V12 powertrain. So this Terrazo Millennial may not be a reality just yet, but the tech is very real. So what happens when a high-performance sports car moves away from lithium-ion batteries? Well, some of the benefits of supercapacitors include being 1/3 of the traditional weight of lithium-ion batteries, but can produce 3 times the power for the same density. Another benefit of supercapacitors is that they charge very quickly from regenerative braking and can instantly release that power. An even more unique feature of this one, the electric motors are located in the wheels, allowing for 4-wheel drive. This allowed designers to have more freedom with the vehicle's exterior design, making way for unique angles and aerodynamic elements that just aren't possible with large lithium-ion batteries and electric motors taking up all that space. Number 6. Ferrari Puroguay SUV. Who says SUVs can't be fancy or luxurious? Not Ferrari. Unveiling their first SUV, the Ferrari Puroguay uses a 715 horsepower naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine and a rear-mounted dual-clutch transaxle. Power to the front axle is delivered by a separate 2-speed transmission that's only active in conjunction with the rear axle's first 4 gears. So for those non-gearheads out there, that means the driver can go fast without having to give up control. The rear doors are rear-hinged and power-operated, letting you enter a world of heated, ventilated, massaging back seats. That's right, this SUV will give you a massage as you cruise home from a hard day at the office. Then there's the Multimatic spool valve active dampers, 4-wheel steering, and bodywork that has more aerodynamic tricks up its sleeve than a Formula One car. Ferrari knows that its first SUV has to be something special, something that truly stands above the crowd, and this resulting effort is truly something special. It's not to be outdone, the Puroguay's V12 engine shares a load with the 48-volt electric motors at each corner to actively level the body. Instead of simply reacting to uneven pavement, the Puroguay's 4 suspension assemblies compare notes every 50 milliseconds to smooth bumps by either lifting or lowering each wheel independently. Forget about a smart car, these are smart wheels, thinking, remembering, and talking to the suspension to give you the smoothest ride imaginable. Number 5. Mercedes Vision EQX. Mercedes is never going to go out of style, come on, but they constantly ask themselves, how can we outdo ourselves? And that's where the Mercedes Vision EQXX comes in. It's often eclipsed by other concept cars. This one is more than worthy of our collective attention. This one's meant to demonstrate Mercedes' current battery technology that will catapult their fleet into the future as they hit a 600-mile range on just one charge, and it's succeeded in all initial tests. But the Vision EQXX broke its own record and improved its range to over 620 miles soon after. This one truly is a sum of its parts, though. First off, the vehicle's exterior design is meant to reduce as much drag as possible, thanks to a low-profile, sloping roofline and plenty of other aerodynamic elements like flaps in the front that open up at higher speeds, as well as an active rear diffuser. This thing can cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. The air passing under the cooling plate of the Vision also helps cool its electronics, resulting in the vehicle not needing extra fans and fancy cooling elements, thus reducing weight and the need for extra power from the electric motor. Mercedes has also increased the energy density in its battery pack, making it 30% lighter and more efficient than other solid-state batteries. Another interesting element of the Vision is its roof, containing 117 solar cells to gain as much extra range as possible. This solar roof powers the car's navigation system, which is one less electronic system for the main battery pack to power. Talk about a sunroof. Number 4. Mercedes Vision AVTR. While the film Avatar did have a unique environmentalist message, one that may shun cars, the Mercedes Vision AVTR looks like it was made for the planet Pandora. In fact, that's where Mercedes got the name. And while technically AVTR in this case stands for Advanced Vehicle Transformation, don't be surprised to see a giant blue Navi hooked up into the driver's seat. The concept for this vehicle embodies what the folks at Mercedes-Benz thinks our future will look like, and they've incorporated 4 high-performance near-wheel build electric motors to go with this oddly agile-looking vehicle. The Vision AVTR uses a 350-kilowatt engine to set the bar high for powertrains, and the torque distribution allows for those 4 fully individual controllable motors to operate at maximum efficiency. But 4 engines and all-wheel drive means that, according to Mercedes, each wheel can be controlled individually depending on the driving situation. And because the front and rear axles can move simultaneously and in opposite directions, this thing can move sideways at about 30 degrees. I guess only time will tell if the Vision AVTR will become a reality. But with a little luck, and probably a whole lot of money, this wild dream can become a wild reality. Number 3. The Audi Sky Sphere. Audi, it's given us some of the hottest cars out on the road today. They go fast, they look great, and they don't all cost an arm and a leg to own. And you can't go wrong even if you buy a used one. But the teams at Audi are hard at work on their next concept, which was just only recently revealed. The Audi Sky Sphere is an amazing new concept vehicle that's taken its design inspiration from the old 1937 Horch Roadsters, the types of cars that look like a butler drive their client around in, and their original Quattro from the 1980s. They married these two things to show off to consumers one of the nicest next-gen vehicles around. It looks like half race car, half luxury car, but all awesome. The Sky Sphere has a series of front axle actuators installed that let the Roadster transform from the larger, more spacious tourer into a sleek, agile, and quicker sports car. And it's a 2-seater, meaning you won't have to worry about the kids fighting in the back seat while you're trying to break your latest speed record. But if you don't feel like being all that attentive behind the wheel, that's quite alright, because the Audi Sky Sphere has a level 4 autonomy, meaning you can just put in where you're going into the GPS and kick back, relax, and enjoy the show from full-width windshield, turning your typical boring morning commute into an action-packed movie. Oh, and once you put this car into the self-driving option, which Audi calls GT mode, the pedals and steering wheel completely disappear into the front panel. Anyone lucky enough to get their hands on this thing can enjoy the interior's wall-to-wall agave microfiber, vegan leather, and door panels all made from eucalyptus. The Audi Sky Sphere lets you drive in style and with a clear conscience. Number 2. Genesis X Speedium. Hyundai's luxury brand Genesis is no stranger to sleek and stylish concept cars, with recent examples including their X Concept GT Coupe, Mint Concept Hatchback, and going further back, the 2017 GV80 SUV concept that greatly informed the road-going version on sale today. But the latest example, named the Genesis X Speedium Coupe, appeared on April 13, 2022, and is billed as coming from a freestyle exercise led by head designer Luke Duncanvolk, whose previous designs include diverse cars spanning the Audi A2 to the Lamborghini Gallardo. It sounds pretty good. The design seems to go for a less is more philosophy, with highlights including a new take on the twin-line LED lights that span the whole front of the car and mimics a triangular grille surround, a curvy shoulder line, and higher, glassier rear section for an added backseat room. The door handles are concealed, and in the back is a ducktail spoiler with a V-shaped third taillight integrated into it, as well as an elliptical scallop and an aggressive diffuser. Genesis says the name Speedium was inspired by the passion for motorsports felt by Genesis designers at the Korean racetrack. I guess it's referring to the NJ Speedium racing circuit here. Either way, this concept just looks awesome. Number 1. BMW i8M. While this final concept car has been stirring up the trouble for over a decade, the BMW i8M concept could very well become a reality as soon as 2024. With 370 horsepower, allowing it to go from 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds, the BMW i8 incorporates 2 separate electric motors fed by an 11.6 kilowatt-hour working with a turbocharged 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine. The BMW i8M will carry a plug-in hybrid powertrain, and just like its predecessors, it will incorporate 2 separate electric motors along with a gas engine to supply max power. Unfortunately, not much is known about the battery just yet. The concept won't change the world of cars too much, but based on years of rumors, it will go up to 62 miles if you go all electric, which sounds promising enough compared to the previous 18-mile range battery pack. One of the electric motors accompanies the mid-mounted 1.5-liter 4-cylinder gas engine to send power to the rear wheels, but the all-wheel drive system will also be available with other electric motor driving the front wheels. Information on this thing may be sparse, but one thing's for sure, it's an awesome-looking concept that could go on to become BMW's best model yet, and likely will start around $160,000, so start saving now. I'll see you next time.
Watch our Vehicles playlist for more top 15 videos about amazing vehicles. Sit back, relax, and binge watch all of our best vehicle videos.